Hey guys, it's Linda Light here, and I'm coming to you on Friday, March the 8th, and I'm just going to give you a quick update from some messages I've been receiving since last night from my own higher self and my own soul. And it has to do with the event and the equinox coming up. And there has been, this really great extra awareness. There's so many people that are waking up right now that this extra level of awareness and this mega group, there's like a mega group of people that have been awakening. I think what the best way to explain this is back in 1987 there was the harmonic convergence, and there was a lot of people that were expecting some major, I'm going to call it a light switch event, where you think, oh, something's going to happen, and you're visibly, physically going to be able to see and notice a change, something palpable. And the event did happen in 1987, but it was an energetic event. So there was a lot of I don't want to say naysayers, but there was a lot of, see, I told you nothing would happen kind of things, that went on after that. And that's true for a lot of events that have happened in our timeline where it's energetically true. And just because you don't see something with your physical eyes doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here because a lot of people that are watching this video already awake or already sensitive or can feel at a very heightened level, multi-dimensional levels. If you can't see the energy already, you definitely can feel it. And for those of you that are just starting to wake up and aren't sure if you can feel it, and you're just starting to feel into the energies, or you want to feel them and you're doubting yourself, this is, how can I put this? See, I don't want to get this message across where you're lowering your expectations. It's always good to have high expectations, but what my higher self is trying to say to get through, and it was really bugging me last night to put this out. I didn't want to put this video out last night. And it's because it might seem like I'm dampening what you are trying to manifest, because we're all co-creators, and you have to see it and believe it before you can achieve it and all of that. And you have to sort of will it, into physicality in order for things to manifest. So I'm not trying to say don't visualize what you want to see happen with this equinox and event. Everybody has this heightened sense of something big is coming. I can feel it myself. Does that mean that it's going to be a light switch event? That's what you need to ask yourself, because the anticipation could be so much that you need this change. We all need this change so deeply and so much that it's almost crushing when things don't change in that light switch moment. So that's what happens when your expectations are set so high. And it's okay to believe in magic and believe in change and believe that these things can happen. But what my higher self is trying to tell me anyway, and if this resonates with you, great. And if it doesn't, great. What I'm trying to get across is that I have been guided and told to stay in the middle way. I've even had dreams about it. Even last night, I was seeing the father energy above and the mother energy below, and it coming together, and there was dizzying spinning in each of the chakras, and there was more clear transparency between them, and the energies were coming together. So I see it in my dream realm in a lot of symbolism. But the thing is, there's still a neutrality where we need to be in the middle way. So it's like seeing the glass half full or half empty. And those who are anticipating something really, really big to happen, that's great. You're seeing the glass as half full. Keep it up. Good job. But for people that are like, I don't know, let me wait and see what happens. Well, that's okay, but you might be seeing the glass half empty. There's nothing wrong with that either. Great, keep it up. But staying in that neutral middle zone where you are identifying these things you're feeling. Yes, there's something big coming. Doesn't mean it's going to be physical. Could be. But not being attached to the outcome. That's the key, so that you don't dip down into disappointment if March 21st, 22nd, 23rd comes around and still you're looking around going, well, the world really hasn't changed that much. You don't want to be in that, everything was, if that didn't happen, then everything else must not be true. And I'm saying this and I'm putting this out there because I was shown again how the powers that were have tried to divide and conquer all of the light workers and spiritual workers by infiltrating and bringing messages through our filter systems, through our level of understanding, our belief systems, everything that's been twisted. The information that has come down has been also, it's not just seeing it through false filtered, conditioned ways of the past. It's not just that. It's that there actually has been deliberate attempts at putting in false information to mislead us. So especially the mass amounts of, I want to say newbies, and it's not meant as offense because, I heard somebody say once too that the queen is never late. The queen is just on time. Everybody else is just early. So it doesn't matter where you're at, if you're a newbie or not. If you're starting to wake up, you're trying to figure out who and what to trust. And there is so much information out there. How do you know if it's for you? How do you know if it's accurate or not? And you're probably going crazy like a lot of us have in the past, learning, soaking up information like crazy. You can't get enough of this stuff right now. And that's wonderful. That's all part of the journey. But not setting your expectations so high to what you think it's going to be. Be in the now. Don't be in the past. Don't be in the future. Just be not attached to the outcome of being in the neutral middle way. And I hope that comes across in a way that's not conflicting with anything else that you're learning, because you're probably being taught and learning all kinds of things about. You have to visualize it to see it manifest. And this might seem like it's counter advice to that. It's not. I'm just trying to help you lower expectations to the middle ground. Not set everything so high that you're thinking that there's going to be a light switch moment. Things take time. The spiritual evolutionary process, all the unlocking of things, it might be speeding up, but it still takes time. We're in a very dense body. And the process of opening up, you can have a light switch moment when your third eye comes on, or your crown opens up, or the kundalini rises and hits your pituitary gland and your pineal gland, and everything just, explodes. Yes, you could have light switch moments, but to expect our whole world to change and to rest it on a certain date when we've been told no one's going to know the date, I don't know. I mean, I also like to think that the universe does work like clockwork, that everything's lined up, the precession of the equinoxes and everything. We're coming back to the time where we can depend on things like clockwork. But you know what? Our calendar's been tampered with too. So how do we really know when and what's been misinformation given to us? How do we really know? The only way you can know, the only way you can know if something is resonating for you is to trust it within your heart. And even if you want something so bad that you feel it in your heart, doesn't mean that if it doesn't happen, that you throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I almost did that years ago. I won't get into anything personal in this video. I'm trying to keep this short so that you can listen to your own guidance and your own higher selves, trusting in your heart that the middle way, your heart is in the middle of the lower 3 chakras and the upper 3 chakras. You've got Mother Earth below and Father mother energy below and father energy above, and they come in and they combine in the middle, in your heart. So trusting if something is true, just because you want something to be true, it doesn't mean that if it doesn't happen, it's like go back to Christmas when you were a kid, or a holiday when you were a child, probably Christmas time for a lot of people. And was there ever a time where you were expecting something, you really wanted something so bad, and then you didn't get that, and it was disappointing? There was a little bit of a disappointment there. So maybe not. Maybe some of you never went through that, and that's okay. But if there's ever a time where a holiday, an anniversary, a birthday, something you were expecting from someone else, a loved one, and the Valentine's Day, whatever, a best friend let you down, you've ever been through that letdown where you were thinking something was going to happen, your expectations were up here, and then it didn't happen? There's a lot of disappointment after. And just so our spiritual community doesn't go through some kind of big dip and down after the equinox, it's spring. It's time for the seeds to become the rose. It's time for the blooms to start coming up and out, and visible growth. And it can come in like a bang, but we don't want to dip right before that. We want to bloom with a bang. So just try to keep your levels of expectation neutral. Stay in the middle. Okay? And this is what I got for you. And I'm putting it out just because I need to. Just listening. And I thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. I don't know when the next video will be out. As soon as I'm guided to put something out, I will. Enjoy your weekend. I love you all. Namaste.